Hey everybody, today's video is going to be a recipe video on how I make my chocolates. You guys are asking, so here it is. Bubba's is about to finish school and I wanted to give this to some of his teachers. I hope that y'all enjoy this. It's so delicious and you can also make this sugar-free, so let's get started. So let's begin. The tools that you will need are your molds, and you have a plastic one and a silicone one. My personal favorite is silicone because it's easy to pop the chocolates right out. You can choose whichever one you have available. You will also need a brush, just a very small one so you can get in the nooks and crannies. And then you will also need a cup to melt your chocolate. Now, as far as the chocolate goes, I'm using the Trader Joe's Pound Plus chocolate right now, only because you get over a pound for only $5. You can use organic chocolate like I used last week. It's all personal preference. I love how this chocolate melts. It doesn't get clumpy, or if you overheat it, it doesn't get very hard easily. So I love this one. But before we get started on all of these goodies, I'm going to show you all my mixes and my fillings. Now for my caramel, I love it so much that I make a big batch and it's all organic, and then I freeze it. But if you don't have the recipes to make this, I think I made a video, I'm not sure yet, but you can actually buy the hard candies and then, or they're chewy candies, and then melt them. So I'm going to go ahead and empty this on a bowl. So my grandma sent me some Texas pecans and I chopped them up into small little tiny pieces. They are delicious and fresh. I'm going to pour it in here, and I like a generous amount, so I'm just going to dump them all in there. So good. And I'm going to use a spatula so it doesn't stick on there easily, and you just have to work it and then just mix it. Now if you melt this, it's easier to kind of blend everything together, but you'll have to let this cool if you do it that way. Alright everybody, so I did warm it up in the microwave on frozen mode for about 30 seconds just to soften it up because it was still very chewy even though it was room temperature. And then this is what you get afterwards. And it's very warm. So I'm going to stick it in the refrigerator so it cools down. And then we're going to go ahead and move forward with our next peanut butter recipe filling. So for our peanut butter recipe, I have a can of peanut butter from Trader Joe's. This is the organic peanut butter that's creamy, and it is salted because this recipe does call for a little bit of salt. So if you're going to use unsalted, make sure you add about 1/4 teaspoon of salt to taste. Everybody has a different palate, so you can go ahead and do it to your liking. Now I'm going to take a little bit of powdered sugar, and when I say a little bit, I'm going to start with 1/2 cup. And for every cup, you want to add 1/2 cup of powdered sugar. So I'm just going to add that much and then mix it with the same spatula just so that it doesn't go everywhere. You can blend this if you'd like, if you want it a little bit more, I guess fluffy a little bit, or well blended. Alright, so we're finished with this filling. We're going to move forward to our molds. For our chocolate, we're going to go ahead and grab just very little, and I like using this little scooper because it makes things a lot neater. You don't want to overfill this because then you'll have less filling. It's all preference again, so if you want less filling, then add more chocolate, and that should be good. So go ahead and fill all of these, just about 1/3. So once you've filled all of them, you want to go ahead and just use your brush to spread this all over the cup, and you want to go all the way up with it. Just take your time. If you need to add more chocolate, you can. I like filling them really nicely, so I use very little chocolate. And then you want to turn it around just in case you didn't get the other side, which you don't. Even though you think you are, it's not even. So then I just do this so it gets into the like little cracks and design in there. And then that is pretty much it. You do that for all of them. Alright everybody, so we've already filled all of our little hearts. So next I'm going to put it in the freezer. If you want that glossy finish, definitely put it in the freezer, not in the refrigerator, for about 5 minutes or until it hardens. We're going to move right on to this mold, and this one's going to be used for our Reese cups. So let's go ahead and fill those up. Alright, so they're all filled, and we want to go ahead and do the same thing with these. Alright everybody, so the hearts have hardened, and here is my mix. So I'm going to go ahead and take just a little bit of this. Now with the caramel and the pecans, it's a little bit more complex. Look at all the chocolate I have on my hands. So basically you just dump it right in there. It's a lot easier when you're dealing with things that are less chunky, I guess you could say, because the peanut butter is a lot easier than this. You want to go ahead and just pat it down just like that, and it's perfect. You want to do this for all of the cups, and then just fill them up with your favorite ingredients. You can also do like a strawberry flavor, any kind of flavor that you like. Alright everybody, so once filled, I'm going to go ahead and take some more chocolate, dump it right on top, and then what you do is just take a knife and then just even this out. Or you can take your brush and then just cover it up. And make sure it kind of looks nice in the back, because even though it is going to be the back of the chocolate, you could still see it. So just make sure it's nice and poured, just so it has like a little swirl right there. That's perfect. Now that they are all ready to go, I'm going to go ahead and throw them in the freezer for about another 5 minutes, and we're going to start working on our Reese cups. Alright, so I have a cup here that we're going to use as our piping bag, and then we're going to go ahead and just dump some of this mixture in there. You want to go ahead and grab your bag, take the air out. Go ahead and just nip it at the bottom, pretty big so it's not too much effort on the bag and then it'll tear. Go ahead and take your mold and just pipe up some of the filling in there. Great. Now go ahead and fill up with some chocolate. Now just go ahead and move it just like this to get it filled up. Some might be overfilled, that's okay. Now we're going to go ahead and throw these in the freezer for about 5 minutes. Alright everybody, so they are already frozen, and all you have to do is just pop them right out. And there's your beautiful chocolate. Do the same thing for this mold. They pop right out as well. Alright everybody, so we are finished with our chocolate-filled chocolates. Yeah, if that made any sense. Anyways, so we have the hearts, which have the caramel and pecans inside. As you can see, it just looks delicious. And then we have our Reese cups in here. Now we use the creamy one, so it's softer on the inside, but it's just right. I hope that you all enjoyed this video. Give it a try. Maybe gift it to someone. Of course, you can use sugar-free ingredients as well. I hope that y'all enjoyed this. Let me know down below any requests you may have for future cooking videos, and I'll see y'all really soon. Take care, everybody. Bye.